So I want to talk about conspiracy theory, and I love, like, this is like one of my favorite topics out there, because I'm one of those people, like, if you have any sort of conspiracy, I automatically believe it. Like, Joe was giving me shit recently the other day. If anybody out there, I don't know if I'm going to seem like a loon here, but I actually fucking...
You are going to seem like a loon.
All right, well, somebody sent me something on MySpace about fluoride, and was basically telling me that, since I was a kid, you always heard, like, fluoride, it helps toughen up your enamel, and you won't get cavities.
They brought it to our classroom when we were kids, and you'd have to gargle with it every morning.
Jesus Christ.
I'm serious.
You're going to love to listen to this, because somebody sent me this shit saying that fluoride is actually a poison. And I'm literally using natural toothpaste now. Listen to this shit. This is the conspiracy, the fluoride conspiracy. At the end of World War II, I'm going to fucking skip through the most of this. Here's some guy, he's a fucking dude, and he was, okay, this guy, where am I? Okay, at the end of World War II, the U.S. government sent Charles Eliot Perkins, a research worker in chemistry, biochemistry, physiology, and pathology. So right there, the guy's getting no pussy, right? You can't read all those fucking books. That guy is just rubbing them out while he's reading. He's got a dick in a beaker. His big thing's a spooge on like a petri dish.
He just uses his load as his bookmark at the end when he's finished.
Oh yeah, he's got a microscope tickling his taint. All right. So, anyways, this guy was in charge to take charge of the Farben chemical plants in Germany, and the German chemist there. Listen to this. Told Perkins of a scheme where they had devised during the World War and had been adapted by the German General Staff. The German chemist explained of their attempt to control the population in any given area through the mass medication of drinking water with sodium fluoride.
Right.
A tactic used in German and Russian prisoner of war camps to make prisoners stupid and docile.
Right. Now, here's what I want to know. Now, I'm...
Norbit, the #1 movie in the country right now.
Just to support our sources here, some of the information we're going to be talking about is coming out of the Rough Guide to Conspiracy Theories by James McAnachie and Robin Tudge, I guess is how that's pronounced. But in that book it says the same thing, that some believe that fluoride is a Nazi, communist, CIA... government ploy, blah, 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 blah. All the same shit you're talking about. Now, what I want to know, though, is...
It's not shit, dude. It's fucking true.
What I want to know is...
I believe it.
This is what I want to know. Is that proven that Nazi and communist governments had actually done that, or is it just theorized that they had done that?
I got it right here in print, man.
Is that the gemstone file?
I got it, man. I got it right here. Dude, I'm saying, right, you walk around, have you seen just people, like the looks on them? You walk by a food court, that's fluoride, man. Everybody sitting there with their fucking mouth hanging open.
I don't think that's fluoride. I think
like orange chicken.
I think that's mainstream mediocrity, but I wouldn't argue that the mainstream media has been purposely dumbed down to dumb down
Joe,
the public
can you
in the
stick
same
with
way.
one conspiracy here?
Well, I'm saying... you know what? I don't know how I feel about this one. I can't say that I don't believe that pumping fluoride into the water supply is a way to dumb down the public, but I don't know if that's been proven, is my point. Has anybody proven...
Let me ask you this. Do you think that they would do something like that?
It seems a little extreme. It seems a little...
I don't understand people who trust the government,
Dude,
who actually think that they're going to do, like, money's involved. You take the average asshole, Joe. Listen to me.
I'm listening to you.
You take the average you got your face in the book.
No, just go ahead. I'm listening.
You take the average asshole, okay? Just a regular guy, whatever, right? You make him a bouncer. You give him a little bit of power, he immediately becomes a dick, right? So you get people up at the governmental level... That kind of power,
yeah, but the bouncer doesn't start roofing everybody that walks through the door. So
no, he doesn't. But you know what he does? Like, they'll just beat the shit out of somebody just for the sake of it because they think it's funny.
I know a lot of bouncers that don't do that. So I mean, that's kind of a.
I know a bouncer who does do it. So that cancels out your fictitious bouncer that you just brought up.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the counter argument.
Danny, let me ask you this: we need to bounce something off somebody. Let me before you get into the counter over there. Would you believe that that people would that there was enough money and power involved that they would or whatever, just trying to control people, that they would actually put something in the water supply just to keep people kind of even keeled?
Sure.
Absolutely.
I would definitely go there.
Why wouldn't you think that? Like, I think like fast food, I think those are all owned by the government. Like anytime the government fucks up, like McDonald's has like a new sandwich all of a sudden, just to kind of...
I mean, as far-fetched as it can sound to somebody, you know, it's perfectly plausible to another.
But then why can't... Bill, why can't you believe then? We had the argument the other day about the media, the mainstream media being dumb, and I said it's of certain people's opinions that it's good for morale for radio and television and movies to be mediocre. So you stay dumb, you stay in one place, you don't feel stupid, you actually feel superior to it. And you were like, you actually believe that? Like you acted like it was the most ridiculous thing ever. So how can you believe?
Because you didn't have it in print, Joe.
I went
on the internet, and this is what I'm saying, Joe. The point of this, Joe, is I never look at the other side.
Okay.
All you got to do is just tell me some sort of conspiracy. If I read it, I fucking believe it. And now, after 30-something years of brushing with Crest, I said, fuck Crest. I actually called them up. I called up their office, and they said, hello, this is Crest. I said, yeah, this is Bill Burr. Fuck Crest. And the lady said, well, listen, I just answered the phones. This really isn't, I didn't come up with it. I don't know why you're coming down on me. And I said, you know what, you're right. If you could pass that on to one of your higher-ups. I said, fuck Crest. And she promised me that she would. So now, I am now brushing with this.
This is the counter-argument.
I can't even... Aeromare. It's an herbal toothpaste that includes the toothbrush
Christ.
trees, neem, and pilu.
Did that come free in a box of tampons?
I feel better.
Here's the counter argument. It's important that we just lay out both sides of this. American Dental Association claims to have continuously endorsed fluoride in community water supplies. Environmental Protection Agency, the American Medical Association, the National Academy of Sciences all endorse the National Research Council fluoride review.
That's all governmental
which
shit.
Which is cited by doctors, dentists, researchers, public health officials, and it underlies that the safety of fluoride, the benefits of putting fluoride in the water.
I give you a big phooey on that.
Dentists aren't... What does a dentist have to... they're not linked to the government. It's a fucking... Your dad's a dentist, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, but he didn't do any research on fluoride. He just fucking showed up.
Well, neither did we.
I did. I actually did research on this one, too. Dude, don't you understand that a fucking dentist... First of all, he's not a goddamn scientist. He's not going to be out on a lake with one of those little glass things shaking it. Doing that shit, right? Trying to figure out stuff, okay?
Why on a lake? Why would he be... Why is he on a lake?
A water supply, a reservoir.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay?
All right.
So what I'm saying, dude, is that someone who becomes a dentist is no different than someone who went to customer service. You're not striking out on your own. Like I'm gonna cut my own path. You're basically you're a cubicle. You don't have a cubicle, but
I agree with that point, but my point is also what I'm saying is also, in addition to that, is that also means a dentist has no idea to be part of the conspiracy. You know what I mean? And I think it takes
I think it's in the books. The government approves the books. They read the books. Everybody's been paid. They've been paid back in the day. Somehow it goes back to the Rockefellers. Let's talk to Brendan here on line 7.
Okay.
Brendan from Wisconsin. What do you think about what I'm thinking? Do you think I'm an idiot for switching to Aeromare?
Bill, you have no idea. You have no idea how right you are. It was 1984. I had hosted a German student in '82 at my house. My family did, and so after I graduated, I went to Germany. I used to catch total hell because my feet would stink. You'd wear socks and leather shoes in summer, and they took me to this old family doctor, take me in the back way into the hospital, and he gives me formaldehyde to mix in like a 4-to-1 ratio. Soak your feet in this for 3 days, everything will be fine. But while we're sitting there talking to this guy, the father of the family we stayed with was kind of a connected government official type guy, and we get to talking about with Dr. Tony about different ways that the German government used chemical treatments to control their population, and exactly what you're talking about, sodium fluoride, came up. He was one of the guys that administered the program. This is absolutely true, and he said it was one of the greatest things they ever did to get compliance in the early 30s and all throughout the 30s. It made the entire rise of the Third Reich completely possible.
This is with using sodium fluoride, and
sodium fluoride.
And I know there's different. I read up on this different kinds of fluoride, but this is like the fluoride that's allegedly like in toothpaste.
My point is this, though, with that, if the Third Reich actually did it, right?
Yes.
Did fluoride make the fucking Third Reich possible, or did the guns and smashing the shop windows and shooting people and massive fucking homicides make the Third Reich?
Well, if you go back to the 1933 Reichstag fire, the all that set in motion had to have a base of control underneath it. You needed to be able to have that fear take root. Kind of sounds similar to 2001 when Bill Hicks used to always do his rant about American gladiators. Go back to bed, America. You have the freedom to do what we tell you. And the whole deal about how we're so dumbed down by our television today, when they want to do these things and make us fearful of our government and then enact horrific laws to take over our freedoms, it's almost a replay of the whole thing from 70 years ago.
So, Brent, thanks for calling in. Okay, so we got a guy. We actually got a guy calling in. He's probably being insulted the way I described dentists. We got Joe from Maryland calling Uninformed, Bill Burr and Joe DeRosa, who actually is a dentist. What's going on, Joe?
Hey.
Guys, I was just... the fluoride thing, you said it was a poison, and that's true in large amounts, but so is almost any medication you would take. So, you're not going to stop taking Motrin for a headache just because if you take a whole bottle of it, it's going to kill you.
What I read here was it says that, if you actually put it on your teeth, it might be a good thing, but it's not meant to be ingested, and they have it in, that it's they have it in the drinking water. It's not like it's just like in toothpaste. They also have it in the drinking water, which, according to this conspiracy, is saying that it's used to, keep the basically the population stupid and docile. What did they tell you when you went to dental school? Did they ever bring up fluoride? Did they have some chick come out with hot legs dressed like a tooth, and they just kind of fucking put fluoride on? He's like, all right, fluoride's a good thing. Did you ever know anybody who did any, because I'm seriously asking, because I got totally freaked out and I switched to this natural toothpaste because, I don't know, I get freaked out by shit like that.
You might feel smart, but you're going to have a hell of a lot of cavities to deal with.
I have no cavities.
Well, that's because you just switched.
Yeah, but how do you know? You've done no research on natural toothpaste.
Well, that's not exactly true. I have done research, but, it just is part of my dental school training. I did some research, not particularly on that subject.
Yeah, but he's in the Matrix, man.
I've read a lot.
This guy's in the Matrix.
I agree with what he's saying, man. It's large doses of anything. Look, perfect example of what we're talking about. This guy's bringing up. Not this guy. The last guy was bringing up 2001. So let's talk about current situation in the United States. Has fluoride in the water prevented anybody in our country from yelling out against Bush and reacting negatively against his policies and the war in Iraq and all that stuff? Nobody's sitting at home going, okay, we'll go to war. It's nobody's doing that. So I don't see what it's doing.
I think it's that was a fantastic impression of somebody stupid. Sodium alone is poison, this guy's saying. We got some people on my side. Let me just actually talk. I just want to talk to maybe some regular people if they decided to switch or something, because I'm totally freaked out. The same way I got freaked out by antiperspirant. It's like you're literally putting a chemical on your body that stops you from sweating. How the fuck is that health? I mean, just common sense. That's fucked up.
I understand
it's like those
that.
You ever see those pink snowballs with the mushrooms inside that people eat? It's like why would
snowballs.
Why would you eat that fucking thing? It's wrong on 8. It's like it's coconut covered pig assholes.
Why would you eat an apple that's been sprayed with preservatives? Did you ever see 28 Days
I know.
Later?
I'm trying to go to the organic stores. I'm buying into all this shit, Joe. Buying into all of it. All right, let's talk to G-String. G-String, what's up, man? You're on Uninformed.
Yeah, hey, well, there's a couple of ways you can tell if fluoride's bad for you. Look at the material data handling safety sheet on it, and that comes from, our government, and it'll tell you, 1/10 of a grain or something, and it's permeable to the brain just by, near brain, it's into you. Anyway.
Affects your thyroid or something like that? See, Joe, that's what I'm saying, They don't do it enough so everybody fucking dies. They do it just enough. So just enough people are, as you say, sitting on the fucking couch, Joe, and you go on the road, man, and you perform, and when you look out, dude, you can't feel, people are getting dumber.
I know, but then why am I not that way then?
Because you don't brush your teeth, Joe.
Shut down right now.
I've been meaning to tell you about your breath.
But you know,
there's a town shut down because of fluoride poisoning right near you guys called Love Canal. A place where people won't live called Love Canal, where they're actually repopulating now, but it's like right near Niagara.
Okay, you really need to look that up. Oh, Niagara made it seem kind of true. There's actually a town called Love Canal.
Love Canal. It's called a town called Love Canal. It's a Superfund site. If you look up Superfund, Google Superfund, Love Canal.
Oh, well, Jesus Christ. I mean,
all right.
But if it's a Superfund site, you know, that's a whole nother fucking issue with health, the healthiness of the area to live.
All right, here's somebody who's believing you, okay? Mike in New Jersey, line 5. Mike, what's up, man? You think I'm nuts?
Yeah, you're a little nuts, dude, because look at it this way. The world's pretty fucked up right now as it is, so the fluoride ain't working. And I got one question. Why don't people start putting it in, Kentucky Fried Chicken and grape soda? Because that would solve some problems.
Can I address your first point? Can I address your first point? The world is fucked up for a lot of people who are under the thumb of a lot of people, but the world is fucking great now for a very select few who are making a shitload of money.
Well, I agree with that. I believe in that. I mean, so that's why I'm so torn on this. I don't like how we had to go racist on it, though.
What'd he say?
Why aren't they putting fluoride in Kentucky Fried Chicken and grape soda? It's.
Oh, I totally missed that.
Why does everybody have to go racist? I don't understand.
It's a little. I don't know what it is.
Just a zinger.
Okay. Here's a guy who wants to ease my mind. Is that Arkansas? Scott, what's up, man? You gonna ease my mind about fluoride? Because I'm telling you, man, I'm freaking out about this shit.
Hey, well, and you're not crazy because that's what that propaganda machine does. That's what they feed off of. And half these people that are saying fluoride's bad are selling stuff that is going to help you rid your body of this fluoride. And I'm a dentist, and fluoride. Hey, it's in the earth, it's in the water, and when they
fluoridate, put in the water.
Drinking water.
All right, time out. It was put in the water. It was put in the water.
Okay, what they actually do is they're adjusting the naturally occurring levels of fluoride to a beneficial level. If you go out to the ocean, you test a sample of that, there's going to be fluoride in the ocean.
Well, there's a bunch of different kinds of fluoride. Are you saying there's sodium fluoride?
I really don't know the answer to that question.
And you know what? I got to respect for you the fact that you didn't say that, because you know what? I only half knew about that, too, because I just read it, so I was really going on a limb. So we're both a couple of fucking idiots, which really is what this show is.
But he raises an interesting point with the whole fear and consumption argument of these companies that are, it's just like when.
But dude, it's propaganda on both sides.
I know, but I'm just supporting that side of it. Right. But it's just like with health food when it was like all of a sudden it was like, hey everybody, steak and most meat is bad for you, so come into this health food vegan-y place and be charged up your ass for a fucking salad with nuts in it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Okay.
So I see what you're saying.
All right, Scott. Thanks for calling.